This is just a little bit of homework help to go with assignment 7.1. Some people are a little confused on how to fill this in with Desmos. Ideally, you'd want to do this on paper, but obviously we could not. So here's our question where we're being asked to simplify. We got two terms on the top, we got one term on the bottom. So what we'd want to do is we'd want to split this up. We'd want to say it's this term divided by this term minus this term divided by this term. So this is what it's asking you to fill in here. Here's the first fraction, second fraction. Numerator is the top part of the fraction. Denominator is the bottom part of the fraction. So the 6xy, we just fill that in for both terms. And then the first fraction literally is just copying this down into here. And same for this as well, with the sign as well. That's kind of important. And then you can work out what each of these two answers actually are. So you could do 18 divided by 6, which is 3. X squared divided by x. Remember, when you're dividing, you subtract exponents. If you don't see an exponent, then you should put a 1. So 2 take away 1 is 1, so that would just be x to the 1, which is just x. And if you have the same thing for both, that just cancels. So the y's would actually just cancel for this, and you just get left with 3x. For this one here, negative 6 divided by 6 is negative 1. X and x, that's the same, so it cancels. Y and y, that's the same, so that cancels. So that would just be negative 1. Remember, quotient means divide. That's really what the fraction means when you see that on this question. Now, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. And then once you've done that, you would actually just go ahead and fill in the answer down on the bottom there. So as we said, the answer was just 3x minus 1. So you'd have 3x here, and you'd have negative 1 here. And you'd see the little check marks as you're doing this question as well, just so you can actually see that you are doing this correct. That was from slide 4. This is from one of the later slides. I'm not sure exactly the slide number. This is the 6th question, though. So I picked one that's slightly more complicated, though, just so we can have a practice at it. So one's with 3 terms. I put the steps here that we had last lesson so you can see exactly what you're supposed to do for this when you're doing this. It gives you a clue. It says factor using the GCF. Normally it would just say factor. So first of all, you do the numbers. So you do on Desmos, if you're not sure, GCF of these 3 numbers. The negative signs aren't really too important for this. And you would find out that the answer is 9. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. You do the same for the letters, x cubed, x squared, and x. So when it's the same letters, you go with the lowest power or the lowest exponent. So the GCF of x cubed, x squared, and x is just x. So the GCF for the numbers was 9. We also found there was an x as well from the step 2. So that means that the GCF is 9x. And that's actually what goes here. That's what they want you to fill in this space. Now, to fill in what those other answers are, we say we do 36 divided by 9. They're just saying the other way around. They're just saying, what do you multiply 9x by to give you 36x cubed? So they're just asking the question in a slightly different way. 36 divided by 9 is 4. Subtract the exponents here. 3 take away 1 will give you 2. 63 divided by 9 is 7. 2 take away 1 is 1, so just x by itself. Negative 27 divided by 9 is negative 3, and as these are the same, they would cancel. So this would be the part that goes at the top, and this 9x would go here, and then you can actually check 9x times 4x squared does give you 36x cubed, but just written slightly differently than how we'd done it previously. So that's how you do those questions if you want to go back and complete assignment 6.1.